Chapter 3. Narada attends the Svayaṃvara of a virgin and is discomfited. The sages, their eyes alight with curiosity and reverence, turned towards Sūta, the disciple of Vyasa, who sat among them with a serene glow upon his face. "O blessed Sūta," they began, their voices a harmonious blend of wonder and gratitude. "It is by your grace that this marvelous tale has reached our ears. We bow to you, O revered one." They continued, their desire for knowledge insatiable. "Tell us in detail, what did Viṣṇu do after the departure of Narada, and where did the divine sage go after leaving his presence?" Sūta, wise and deeply learned in the ancient Puranas, listened attentively. Closing his eyes, he silently invoked Shiva, the supreme cause of all creation, destruction, and everything in between. With a calm smile he began to speak, his voice filled with both authority and humility. When Narada left Viṣṇu's abode, Viṣṇu, who is ever skilled in the art of wielding his divine Māyā, set forth to perform an act destined by Shiva's will. On the very path where the sage wandered, Viṣṇu, by the power of his illusory arts, created a magnificent city, a sight to behold. This city, 100 yojanas in extent, shimmered like a celestial dream on the earthly plane. It was filled with grand palaces, vibrant marketplaces, and streets bustling with people of all the four varnas, brahmanas, kshatriyas, vaisyas, and sudras, living in harmony. In every corner treasures glittered, and the air was alive with the sounds of joy and festivity. It was more beautiful than Indra's Amravati, a paradise on earth. At the heart of this wondrous city ruled a king named Śīlanidhi, wealthy and virtuous. At that time the king was making elaborate preparations for the Svayaṃvara, the self-choice ceremony of his daughter Śrīmatī, a maiden of extraordinary beauty. Brilliant princes from all four corners of Bharata had thronged to the city, each adorned in splendid garments, their hearts filled with hope and desire to win the princess's hand. As Narada, the divine sage, wandered onto the scene, his eyes widened with awe at the sight of the splendid city. Enchanted by its marvels, his heart was suddenly inflamed with a new emotion, desire. Guided by this newfound longing, he eagerly approached the royal palace. The moment Narada arrived at the palace threshold, King Śīlanidhi received him with great honor. After offering the sage a seat on a throne studded with precious gems, the king summoned his daughter Śrīmatī and instructed her to bow at the sage's feet. When the princess appeared, her radiance was like that of a celestial nymph descending to the mortal realm. Seeing her, Narada's heart skipped a beat. "Who is this divine girl?" he asked, "who seems to rival the very apsaras in her grace and beauty?" With his hands folded in reverence, King Śīlanidhi replied, "O venerable sage, this is my daughter Śrīmatī. She has reached the age of marriage and seeks a worthy groom. Her Svayaṃvara is soon to be held, and I request you to divine her future, and tell me who her husband shall be." But Narada, overwhelmed by the storm of love that had suddenly overtaken his heart, replied with a voice trembling with emotion, "O king, your daughter possesses all auspicious signs. She is blessed like Lakshmi herself, the very abode of virtues. Her future husband will be no ordinary man. He shall be a lord among gods, heroic and splendid, as powerful as Shiva, as captivating as Kamadeva." Leaving the palace with these words, the sage found his mind consumed by thoughts of Śrīmatī. "How can I win her heart?" he mused. "How will she choose me among so many princes gathered for her Svayaṃvara?" His mind raced, consumed by his own desire. It was then that an idea struck him. "Only by appearing as someone supremely handsome will she choose me," he thought. Driven by this desire, he decided to seek Viṣṇu's aid. If he could obtain Viṣṇu's divine form, he believed, Śrīmatī would have no choice but to place the garland of choice around his neck. Arriving in Vaikuntha, Narada prostrated before Viṣṇu, who welcomed him with a knowing smile. "Tell me, O sage, what brings you here in such haste?" Viṣṇu asked. Narada, his voice earnest, replied, "O Viṣṇu, I come to you with a request that weighs heavily upon my heart. There is a maiden named Śrīmatī, the daughter of King Śīlanidhi, whose beauty rivals even your own enchanting Mohini form. I wish to marry her, but she is to choose her husband from among many princes. If you would bestow upon me your divine form, I am certain she will choose me." Listening to Narada's impassioned plea, Viṣṇu, remembering Shiva's will, smiled knowingly. "O wise sage," he said, "since you are dear to me, I shall grant your request. I will bless you with a form akin to mine, in the way a physician provides a cure for his patient." And with that, Viṣṇu transformed Narada. However, unbeknownst to Narada, while his body radiated with the divine splendor of Viṣṇu, his face bore the features of Hari, the monkey. Narada, blissfully ignorant of this divine jest, felt elated and hastened to the Svayaṃvara. As he entered the Svayaṃvara hall, filled with magnificent princes and adorned with precious ornaments, Narada's heart swelled with confidence. "Surely she will choose me now," he thought. He did not realize that to the eyes of the assembled princes and the crowd, he still appeared as his usual self. Only two attendants of Rudra, disguised as Brahmins, saw through Viṣṇu's playful illusion. Seated beside Narada, these attendants exchanged whispers, their eyes twinkling with mischief. "Look at Narada," one of them said, stifling a laugh. "He thinks he is as handsome as Viṣṇu, but he bears the face of a monkey." "Yes, he is truly deluded by his desire," the other responded. "He actually believes he will win the princess's hand." But Narada, blinded by his infatuation and confidence in Viṣṇu's boon, paid them no mind. His gaze was fixed solely on Śrīmatī, who entered the hall, her hands carrying a golden garland, her beauty lighting up the room like the dawn. However, when Śrīmati's eyes fell upon Narada, she was struck with shock and disgust. Seeing his monkey-like face, she averted her gaze in irritation and continued her search among the princes. Narada, his heart now pounding with anxiety, remained unaware of his altered appearance. Moments later, Viṣṇu himself entered the hall, disguised as a human prince, unseen by all except Śrīmatī. Upon seeing him, her face blossomed with joy like a lotus under the morning sun. Without a moment's hesitation, she placed the garland around his neck. In a flash, Viṣṇu, with Śrīmatī by his side, vanished back to his celestial abode. The hall was abuzz with discontent among the princes, but none were as shattered as Narada. Love-stricken and confused, he sat trembling until the two attendants of Rudra approached him, their faces filled with feigned sympathy. "O great sage," they said, "you, deluded by desire, wish to win her hand, but behold your reflection." Handing him a mirror, they watched as Narada stared into it. Seeing his monkey-like visage, Narada's eyes widened with horror, and rage quickly replaced his shock. He realized he had been the butt of a divine joke. Overwhelmed by fury and shame, he cursed the two attendants. "For mocking me in my moment of delusion, you shall both be born as demons, and this shall be your form." The attendants, aware of the divine play orchestrated by Shiva, remained silent and respectful. They accepted the curse with calm smiles, knowing full well that their fate was but a part of the cosmic dance. And thus, Narada, realizing too late the extent of Viṣṇu's playful deception and the mysterious ways of Shiva's will, departed, his mind a tumultuous sea of emotions, a humbled and wiser sage.